All right, so after that part 5 where I gave you the quick lit review, we're in part 6. And here's what we've learned so far. Witches disrupt boundaries. Witches have a history of stereotyping directly tied to reproduction. And witches have a wildness about them. And therefore, witches must be confined. We see this is how Wanda's character has been treated throughout the MCU, especially in Civil War, which Wanda mentions explicitly again in WandaVision. She recalls in a mission to Lagos how she attempted to save Steve from a bomb and accidentally sent it into a building, resulting in the death of 26 people. She was then confined to the Avengers Tower after she already lost her home as a refugee. And she became a symbol for why the heroes must be held accountable by some overarching government authority. She is essentially now stereotyped, a witch with weird wiggly-woo powers that must be contained by confinement. Basically, the Avengers really didn't give her a choice here, because the sign of choice for Wanda, a witch, though she is not deemed a witch yet, is a sign of evil due to the stereotype of the witch. And then later, in Endgame, her power to kill Vision is a cure for Thanos' potential destruction. We can only imagine what the response would have been if Wanda had refused to use her magic in this way. There's really no winning here. There's really no choice. In the MCU and WandaVision, Wanda's powers and her hex reveal the underlying tension surrounding gendered space and where the boundaries are not just for the Avengers in this world, but for women with power. The plot of WandaVision is founded upon Wanda disrupting boundaries by setting her own boundary through the form of the hex. Her regenerative and reproductive power is symbolized in her creation of Vision, her children, and all of Westview, and they are all inherently tied to the feminine power and shows Wanda's capabilities are truly like a witch. They are generative and disruptive. The hex, as an outward expression of Wanda's power, is a representation of the layers of history and cultural context on the treatment, stereotyping, reception, and representation of powerful women who do not fit into the patriarchal structures of power. And for Wanda, we see one of her greatest powers. It's not to destroy. It's to bring someone back from the dead. Her power is to generate life, to give birth. A feminine power so feared and coveted that even Zeus himself would dare attempt it once. And therefore, the placenta hex is a gendered space and the demarcation from power and authority of the outside world. In the hex, Wanda writes the script and she sets the stage. In the hex, she is the one taking on stereotypes of homemakers from television shows, taking control of the medium and the discourse of the stereotype through her magic in order to travel through her own grief and relate to her own wants and her desires. WandaVision plays with the stereotype of the witch by moving her from the margins to be front and center. And I think this is definitely where we can see Wanda truly become an embodied character.